All right, we're back. Welcome back, everybody, to Game Over Cancer, benefiting the Canadian Cancer Society. I don't want to waste too much of everyone's time because I know everyone's here for some awesome gameplay, and we are in for a treat. We have iraqvet0304 here to run Mega Man 4 any percent, and I don't want to get in the way. So, Vet, I'm turning it over to you. Have a great run.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Hello again, everybody. I'm iraqvet0304 coming at you with Mega Man 4 any percent. It's one of my favorite runs and my first speed run ever done, so I'm pretty fond of this one, and a great way to kick off yet another Mega Man game. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the Mega Man block, and I have on comms with me Antlers44.
What's up, everybody? Looking forward to this run. It's always fun watching Vet play this game.
Yeah.
Plays with a lot of skill and a lot of passion for sure, so it's gonna be fun.
and a lot of rage. But hopefully we can reduce some of that rage today. But
rage is a form of passion,
right? Yeah. So I'll leave it to Antlers to count me down, and we'll get started.
All right, so we'll go ahead and get a countdown going here. So 5.
Oh, hang on, I just reset. Sorry.
We will not get a countdown going here.
He said pause. Yeah, pause buffer strats. There we go. Okay. All
right. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
So we're going to start off with Brightman here. There are 2 different routes that you can start this game if you're unfamiliar for the speed run. Well, there are more technically, but there are 2 main ones: Brightman stage and Pharaoh stage. Brightman is it's not quite as optimal, but it's a lot more consistent. So it's a lot less tight on some of the jumps that you have to do and everything like that. So definitely for marathons, it's generally the preferred route to start, regardless of what your general strat is. Take a little damage boost there from the gumball machine. We hope for no drops here. Unfortunately, we got a small one, but that's not too bad. These grasshoppers can give you some good or bad RNG. Unfortunately, you can slide off that grasshopper if you're doing a slide jump, but the good news is the respawn point is right by where that just was, so that costs him maybe 10 seconds. Not that big of a deal.
I was just resetting the RNG there. That's all I was doing. That was intentional.
He was getting some bad grasshopper RNG, so we wanted to go ahead and reset that. Take an intentional damage boost from that shot there and slide across the spikes with your iframes. Generally, those spikes would be a one-shot hit, as you might have seen, but when we have iframes from damage, we can slide across them and kind of skip a little bit of that grasshopper animation that we generally have to wait on otherwise. These platforms are interesting. If you keep running to the right on these platforms, you can never fall off. So that's why you see Mega Man continually in that running animation, because that is just holding the right button. Here we have Brightman. That's gonna kill him with a very specific amount of charge shots and lemons in order to avoid getting his flash stopper ability. There are 3 specific points in the fight at which he gets very specific health that makes him do that flash stopper ability. Unfortunately, their vet didn't have a shot fully charged, so it got off schedule and caused him to do that stopper ability. But generally, we would avoid all of those.
That happens.
Yeah, it happens all the time. It's very easy to do when you're trying to optimize and shoot that shot as fast as you can. A lot of times you'll just not quite fully charge one, and it only takes 1 bar of health instead of 3, which a fully charged shot does.
Real quick, we have a $30 donation from Stunt Rooster who says, "Let's go, Vet!"
Yeah, Stunt.
Thanks, Stunt.
Stunt's the man.
Is an awesome member of the Mega Man community. Very good runner of several Mega Man games. So here we use the ability that we got from Brightman to completely stop all the enemies. Normally here you would be getting a bunch of scorpions spawning in the sand and slowing you way down. But with Flash Stopper, you can just stop everything from happening there. That jump is a big sticking point. It's a big reset point in the run. If you miss that jump, you miss getting Balloon and you have to go through the stage normally. It's a pretty tight window, only 2 or 3 frames, I think, possibly. I'm just talking out my butt, I don't actually know. It's pretty tight, but that makes it through easily there. And one thing I meant to mention about the Flash Stopper as well is that the Flash Stopper is a little broken. When you're sliding, it actually doesn't count down the time. It's a timed ability, so you have a specific amount of time. I can't remember how many seconds it lasts. But it doesn't...
It has a 5-second global countdown.
Okay. Yeah, a 5-second timer, but while you're in the sliding animation, it actually doesn't count down, so you can make it last for a long time if you're just continually sliding while it's going. So Pharaoh Man is a pretty easy boss. He can get a little squirrely on you if he decides to jump a lot, but otherwise, a lot of times he just stands there. Looks like he's did an immediate jump there, unfortunately. But a lot of times you can just get him standing in one spot like this and take him out pretty quick and easy. Unfortunately, if he stays where he's at right now, it's going to cost a little time on the wait for all the little death balls to get off the screen. Interesting thing to note about this run is that when the victory animation, or the fanfare, only starts once all those little exploding balls from when you kill the boss have completely left the screen. So that's why you want to kill bosses as close to the center of the screen, vertically and horizontally, as you can.
I had to do a slow boss select there because I've been accidentally going back into Pharaoh a lot of times in practice. So.
Yeah, the boss, or the stage select screen is the real final boss of this game. So this is Ringman. We're using that balloon ability that we just got in Pharaoh, and this stage is kind of notorious for being the first stage that's pretty difficult to new runners when they get started. That's not going to have any problem here. It's once you get it down, it's not that bad, but there's a lot of technical stuff like this back boost that you can do to speed up. Unfortunately, just missed it there. But he's gonna reduce lag by shooting a lot of these little Saturn enemies with his Pharaoh ability and shooting this drill, so you can just slide right on across. Or saw, excuse me. So that's the safe strat on that ring enemy. We want to get to Ringman with a little bit of leeway here for marathon strats. Generally, that would do a back boost there and take an intentional hit. It's a little bit faster, but definitely for safety, it's a good idea to just wait it out.
We have a $5. Oh,
sorry.
I do want to say we have a $5 donation from Oral509 who says, "I bless this run for the best or for the worst. We'll see. Good luck, Bet."
Thanks.
Orel, also a very good Mega Man runner in his own right. So we're taking a intentional damage boost there, move right through that little ring boss, and we are already at the boss of the stage. There's a very specific script to this fight that you'll see. I'm just going to let that show it off here.
Of course I miss it.
Yeah, missed the static Pharaoh over your head kill. I don't even know what that's, or a hit when you slide into him. Don't really know what that's called, but
we usually
you
call
just
it,
missed it.
We usually
it's
call
kind
it
of
a wiggle.
tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wiggle. Yeah, it's kind of tight, but the Pharaoh. So we get the two most broken abilities in the entire game right off the jump in the run. Flash Stopper and then Pharaoh Man. It's the cool thing about it is you can charge Pharaoh Man. It's the only special ability in the game that you can actually charge. and it identifies itself as a ball above your head, and then you can actually run into enemies with that big ball, make them take damage, and with the same charge, you can shoot it at them as well, and you only lose your ammo one time, basically. Dustman is also a notorious stage for being pretty scary. As you can see here, we're flash stopping over this pit of death, and Vet is making it look easy right now. It's a lot. We call that room lag hallway. It's really tough when you're first learning it. Really kind of intimidating. Here is the second part of the intimidating stage, the crushers. That's going to be going for fast crushers here, and if he doesn't quite get it, we're going to see something. We're going to see a little swag here.
Oh, come on.
Oh, just missed it. He was going for a zip there.
There
we go. So that's how you zip through the crushers. It's actually it's a lot safer than it looks. But yeah, those crushers, if they do bear down on you, then it is instant death, and the timing is a lot harder than it looks again.
Oh, bad squishy.
So
I'm gonna do something that is instantly invalidates the run and use my E-tank because
yeah,
man sucks.
That was bad luck on that squishy. The squishy takes away 8 bars of health, so that instantly took down a little leeway that he had on Dustman to take a hit here and prevent the sucking animation from Dustman. Got to be careful. One hit is death, but he got through it.
Dustman sucks.
Well, one body touch anyway. A dust shot wouldn't have been death. Yeah, you can stop his sucking animation by sliding into him and taking damage. So that's what Vet did there. Dustman is a notorious RNG reset point in the run. There's a few bosses like that. It's funny, a few of them are completely scripted, and a few of them are just terrible RNG hell.
I think it's actually a half and half. Four RNG based and 4 are scripted.
Yeah. Here we're gonna do the only scripted zip in the run. Zip through that wall there. The reason you don't see as many zips in Mega Man 4 is because of how broken some of the other previous Mega Man games were with zips. They coded it to where if you're out of bounds, you just die. But if you've got iframes the entire time you're out of bounds, then you will live because you can't die through iframes. So that's kind of how you get away with doing that zip in this game, even though you're supposed to die.
Nice.
So the Skullman is a really fun stage to run. We use Flash Stopper here, and we can usually make it, if we do it right, we can make it all the way to the end of the screen without having the respawns, or without having them come out of the Flash Stopper, which is what you saw there. They came out right as he was going down the ladder, which is perfect.
Took a little bit too many shots early on in the stage, so I'm a little bit low on health.
So Skullman has a little bit of RNG here. He can give you a short, a medium, or a long skull shield, and there's nothing you can do to change what he's going to do. And he gives Vet a medium shield there, not bad. And you saw Vet kill him right in the middle of the screen, so all those balls got off the screen at the same time. That's exactly what you want. Perfect kill by Vet there.
Real quick, we have a $5 donation from Mooncues. Vet doesn't get angry; he gets even.
That's right.
Good luck and go fast.
Thanks, Moon.
Mooncue's another great member of the Mega Man community there. Alright, so Dive Man stage. This is kind of a tough stage. It's a little scary, lots of instant death points. You see those spikes right below where Vet's jumping. That's a pretty common theme in this stage. Lots of spikes that are easy to slide into. And when you're sliding underwater, you cannot jump out of slides, so that makes it even infinitely more scary. So we freeze this whale, which would normally be a big pain, but with a flash stopper we can just freeze it, prevent it from doing anything to slow us down. Unfortunately, Eddie giving us flash stopper ammo there. Flash stopper ammo, not the worst thing in the world, because it gives you a little leeway if you accidentally have an extra use of flash stopper. So this screen has really specific timing with when you use the flash stopper. You can get through it really easily. You stop those vertical moving enemies at very specific points. But got to be very careful here not to get the wire pit. That pit comes out comes up right at the end of a slide through the screen transition, so it's very common for people to slide into that pit accidentally when they're not paying attention, and then you have to get the wire and go back to the save point there. Dive Man is one of those completely scripted fights here. It all goes well. It is pretty automatic. And that is a good fight there for that. Killed him right in the middle of the screen. And the interesting thing about that animation is that's the only one where you're actually not waiting for the death ball to get off the screen. You're waiting for the last air bubble from Mega Man to get off the screen for the animation to start. So you gotta kind of time your jump there a little bit different to get the fanfare skip.
Yeah, it was just slightly off pixel there. Alright, everybody's RNG nightmare. Let's go.
Yep. Drillman is the worst boss in the game for RNG outside of possibly Square Machine. Even maybe more so than Square Machine, though. Nice slide under the frozen squishy there. So there's a lot of flash stopper usage. You use flash stopper pretty much this entire level. Unfortunately, had a little trouble with the slide there, but we're back on schedule here. One of the most fun parts of the run, in my opinion, is the very last hallway in this stage. It's really satisfying to do well. So in that room you want to flash right as you come onto the screen. He missed it a little bit there and had to kind of slide across the spikes, but that's okay, we got plenty of health. Alright, here we go. So if we flash right at the beginning here, we can get to the end of the stage if we slide perfectly. You see him doing all the minimal jumps to be in that slide animation at all times, and he gets through without a problem. That screen is super scary when you're starting out the game, but it's really satisfying when you do it well. So Drillman, he is an RNG nightmare. That's going to want to stand pretty close to him. You jump 5 times, and then you shoot a dive missile at him. That is unfortunately why he is so RNG based. He can dive down underground, and that costs a lot of time every time he does it. That's 2. Already Drillman being kind of a pain. Alright, 2 dives, not the end of the world. 3 dives is really kind of a bummer, but 2 dives you can work with, unless you're going for a super optimal time.
Yeah, not the worst, but not the best either.
Yeah, definitely not the best. Yeah, what you're looking for is 0 dives. That's the dream.
Right.
Happens. You can have a dream Drillman every once in a while, but more often it's a nightmare.
Yeah, I think I could count on one hand how many times I had perfect patterns from Drillman.
Yeah, there is speculation that the closer you stand to Drillman, the less likely he is to dive. I don't know if that's been proven or not, but it's also kind of the same idea for Dustman as well. You want to stand closer to prevent him from sucking. And so we use Flash Stopper instantly here in Toadman. You can get all the way to the end of the screen. It is a little scary. The rain is constantly pushing you back when you're not in a sliding animation, but the sliding animation makes you go at a normal speed for sliding. This room is a little scary. If you jump while you're under a waterfall, a lot of times you won't get the jump, so you gotta be super careful sliding on the screen, but that gets through it no problem. Now we're gonna skip this snail here. We freeze it while it's still coming onto the screen, and you can just skip right by it. You do take one hit, because its hitbox spawns in immediately. And this one's a little bit scarier. And Vet with a nice back boost there. A lot of people will just take the hit, fall back onto the platform and get through, but Vet did that swag back boost. So the screen's a little scarier when you're first starting out, nicely handled by Vet as well. And Toadman is free. Easiest boss in the game. Nice little swag drill from Vet there. You just keep shooting him with drills and completely prevent him from pretty much doing anything. And it's as easy as that.
Not a bad 8 robo time. So
Yeah, honestly, sub 20. It's a pretty good 8 robo time. I think it... Yeah, 1938 with a death. That's actually a really good 8 robo time with a death.
Alright, on to the Cossack stages.
Yeah, the Cossack stages, especially Cossack 1 and 2, are very scary. In Mega Man 4, you have 4 Cossack stages and 4 Wily stages. It's definitely one of the longer classic megas. In Cossack 1, we get ice physics, which everyone loves. So that's always fun.
Yeah, a little trick there. If you slide it all the way to the left in that first, where you first pop in at in the stage, there's a hidden E-tank. So
Yeah. And these springs that you see, these spring enemies or slinky enemies, they don't look that menacing, but they do a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird that something as innocuous as that does so much damage, but you really don't want to get hit by those. All right, this is a tough screen. I'm gonna kind of shut up and let Vet concentrate here. Nicely handled by Vet. Very nice screen. So, Vet doing this balloon climb here, this is one of the reasons why you want to get Balloon and Pharaoh. That's going to take a safe strat here. Some people deboost. They're definitely not a hugely marathon safe strat, so I definitely don't blame Vet for taking the safe strat and just kind of waiting on the little ladder crusher there to open up. And we have Moth. Moth is one of the most infuriating bosses in the game because of his tiny hitbox.
You jerk.
Yeah, Moth is the ultimate troll. You'll have him going perfectly, and then he'll just dive like that on you. And if you don't hit that ring in the perfect spot, you're gonna miss him.
Yeah.
It's a very tiny hitbox, and Ring also has a very tiny hitbox, so you got to be perfect with it.
Yeah, they're both 1 pixel hitboxes each.
Mm-hmm.
And lining them up is a pain, especially when he does that fake out dive right there.
Yeah, and you also don't want to lose a bunch of ring ammo because that does come into play later. So, all right, so here is probably the most notorious stage of the run, Cossack 2. There's a lot of instant death, and you're about to see it right here in this hallway. Nice balloon climb there. That's a tough strat. So we deboost to slide on those spikes. Deboost more spike sliding. And we are through the spike hallway.
Oh my god.
Little audible called there by Vet, but he got through there. No problem. Nice adjustment there. Way to get under the bat. That's not easy to do. And we are through the really scary part of this level. Very nicely done by Vet. So we're coming up on Square Machine. Square Machine is another one of those big RNG bosses. He can give you 3 patterns. He can give you a movement of 3, a movement of 2, or a movement of 1. And we'll know by how fast he's going here. That's a movement of 3, so that's the worst pattern. So he's going to go fast, medium, and then slow. You want him to come onto the screen slow, because that means he's only going to do it 1 time. So Vet wants to get at least 4 shots in here. Oh, it just gets 3, so he's going to need,
Not good.
I believe, 5 shots next round to get a 2 cycle.
Not good.
And of course we get a 3-3 here. Vet's got to be careful. 1 hit is death here.
Yep, there it is.
And that's unfortunate because
Whoops.
once you get a little bit off schedule on Square Machine, it's really tough to recover and bring it back for the cycle. And unfortunately, there's no save point right before the boss, so you have to go all the way through a lot of the stage again.
That was dumb. I did not mean to do
Unfortunately,
that.
Rush Coil did not come out on the spikes there.
Whoops.
That was a little bit too close to the wall. A lot of times on Cossack 2, when it rains, it pours. Yeah, but that's what
really
this stage is so tough. Like, there's so much that can go wrong, and it's so tight with health, with ammo. Because if you die, you're out of balloon pretty much. So,
yeah, so
there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong.
Let's do this fight the correct way this time, huh?
Yeah, we'll get it on attempt number 2, for sure. So round 2 with Square Machine here.
Of course.
And we get a movement of 2 here. Better. Things are already looking up. And just a little quick on the second shot there. Alright, so we get 4 hits there. I believe we just need 3 now on the second cycle. Of course, we get a movement of 3 again. 2-3 is definitely the most common pattern, or 3-2. Basically 5 movements in total. Nicely handled there by Bet.
That was a huge time loss. And
yeah. Unfortunately, dying on Square Machine or any of the bosses in the later stages are big time losses.
I'm going to do something now that definitely invalidates the run, and I like to call a strategic death. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to die instantly and take a game over and refill all my lives and all my ammo. So
yeah, sometimes that can be a nice safety for like race or marathon settings. Especially on Cossack 3, you do not want to die deep into Cossack 3 because it is an auto-scroller. It's the only auto-scroller in the game. I am notorious for struggling with the auto-scroller. But, yeah, Wily 3, or sorry, Cossack 3 should be pretty free. Should be pretty free. That does not mean it always is, so you still gotta be careful.
yeah, we got a lot of downtime here. There's not much going on. The only thing you want to do is get these little turret enemies off the screen as fast as you can. That's basically about it.
Yeah, but really the only thing you can do to affect the speed is the lag reduction. I'm gonna try and slide under Squishy here. Is he gonna be nice? Oh, he wasn't, but we didn't. We got under him anyway. Nice job.
Oh, son
Uh-oh.
of a biscuit.
He's so nice, we just wanted to go back and revisit him.
Just wanted to slide under him again.
Yeah.
Well,
Just wanted to meme on Squishy a little bit. So we're gonna go through these platforms here. They start moving up as soon as you jump on them, and what Vet did there was he swapped to Pharaoh and was holding the charge button as he came out of the menu, so that he can use the ball above his head to kill all of these Saturn enemies instead of having to use ammo to do it. And the reason he swapped to Pharaoh instead of just the regular Buster is Pharaoh is what you use to kill the boss, so it's a nice little time save that's built into the run.
I was just memeing that Saturn chasing me.
Yeah. And we're gonna do what we call the moonwalk here. I assume. Oh, we did the in the air moonwalk, even better. Or mid-air moonwalk. So there's a very specific pattern to kill these cockroaches. You kill the last one, or you get the last hit on the first cockroach, and use that shot to hit the second one on the bottom as he's coming out the door. Nice job there by Vet.
I must have missed a full charge somewhere because I had that.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but you definitely had to have missed a full charge on on the second one at some point with that last little bar of health. Normally we'd kill him right in the middle of the room with that last charge shot. Easy fix though, just a small shot right at the end there. So Cossack 4 is probably one of the easiest actual levels of the game. Not many places where it's really possible to screw up that badly, except on the boss. The boss can give you fits if you get off schedule, so we'll see how we handle that. But otherwise, this level's pretty much smooth sailing. Swap to drill here to blow up these walls. Again, don't want to touch those springs. They do a lot of damage. And this level is kind of cool in the fact that there's two different routes you can take to get through it. We obviously take the faster route. It's kind of quote-unquote the secret route, but it's not really hidden that well. Normally you'd go kind of outside, up on top of the level, and back down. This is Cossack, Dr. Cossack and his Cossack catcher. There is a kind of a rhythm that you can get into. You can kind of manipulate his movements by sliding against the right side of the screen. And it looks like Vet's got a pretty good rhythm going here. And one more shot, and that is Cossack Catcher. Very nicely done by Vet.
So the rest of this has got to be pretty done really tight because I am pushing my estimate. I can already tell. I can already tell.
Alright, so Wily 1. Fun stage, unless you die, then it is not very fun.
Yeah, I always found it weird that in order to infiltrate Wily's castle, you gotta go through his sewers.
Yeah, there's always a different method of getting into Wily's castle. He doesn't leave it very well protected, to be honest. So this is, I'm pretty sure this level's supposed to be like a Met factory, because Mets are all over in this level. But most of it is pretty straightforward in the first half. The second half is where this level starts getting a little tough. And you'll pretty much know when that is, which is coming up right here. Oh, I'm underwater, and there's spikes everywhere. This escalated quickly. You're just having fun killing Mets, and now you gotta deal with all this. So you're gonna use Rush Jet here. Looks pretty easy, right? Oh wait. Then there's this screen. That screen's a lot harder than it looks to get the right movement on Rush and also not kind of be out of range of jumping onto the platform. So here we have Met Daddy. Met Daddy can be a little tough if you get off rhythm, but generally he should be pretty free. You just want to limit the hits that you actually take from the boss. The boss does a lot of damage. We get a long pattern into a long pattern there. That's good. That could kill him on this next cycle. You want to try and 3-cycle him if possible. Good job. Gets the 3-cycle. That's what you're looking for there.
That's gonna save some time.
Yeah, three cycling is you need RNG to be able to do that. If he doesn't give you 2 long waits before his jumps, it's extremely tight to get the 3-cycle. I think it is possible with just 1, but it's very, very tight. But it's impossible if you don't get any long cycles. So Wily 2 is, as long as your execution is okay, it's not that hard of a level. You just gotta not touch spikes. That's the biggest thing in Wily 2. So a lot of Wily 2 is just optimizing movement here. So we're about to go into a screen that's kind of notorious for messing with people. That screen, it's really easy to screw up that rush jet jump. You can either place him too low where you can't make the jump, you can place him too high where you can't get to him, or you can just have him too far left or right where you can't get to the platform regardless. So you gotta actually be careful. That's a lot harder than it looks. Very easy to screw up and lose a run that way. Taco Trash is one of the easiest bosses in the game because we despawn his lower hitbox and we just get behind him. That drill shot despawns his hitbox, and we can just stand behind him and shoot him with ring. So that's actually not the fastest strat. You can do it a little bit faster by not shooting him with that drill shot and just jumping on the platforms and hitting him with ring, but that is a very difficult strat to do.
I'm going to take a little bit of safety ammo here because I did have that game over earlier, that strategic game over, by the way.
Exactly.
I'm going to fill up my Pharaoh, so that way I have enough. I know I have enough for the Wily fight, just in case.
Yeah, not a bad call at all. If you run out of Pharaoh, there's literally nothing you can do outside of game overing to fill up all your ammo, because well, I guess you can kill him with ring if you're close enough, but the only 2 weapons that hurt the final boss are Pharaoh and ring just does 1 bar of damage, and it's extremely hard to hit him with anyway. So we're going into refights here. We're going to fight Pharaoh Man first with his sub weakness, I guess. Not his main weakness, but Dust actually does 2 bars of damage to Pharaoh, and it's a lot faster than just using his actual weakness, which is Flash Stopper, and hitting him with lemons until he dies. Pharaoh's not too bad on the refight. He pretty much just stands on the left side of the room. Sometimes he'll jump like that, but not one of the worst refights. Skullman, again, pretty free. We go to Skullman next because we're already on Dust, and Dust is Skullman's weakness. We get an extra shield phase there. Unfortunately, we missed a shot or two with the dust, which caused that extra shield. Go to Dive Man. Again, Dive Man is pretty well scripted. Very nice. And we're going to Bright Man. Bright Man, you use 5 skull hits, and then his weakness is actually Toad Man. And then it makes it so you perfectly get the right amount of toad shots to kill him. And have 1 left over to use on Drill Man, which reduces a dive missile you have to use on Drill Man, and you can hit him right off the bat with the Toad Man shot. Drill Man being nice so far. Oh no, I should have kept my mouth shut. And of course, insta dive.
I'm gonna take that health just in case.
Yeah, take not a bad idea to take the safety health there. Toadman's next. Again, he's free. Easiest boss in the game by far. Now we're gonna go on to Ringman. Again, Ringman is a scripted fight.
Oh my god! What?
Oh wow,
What?
was that a double KO?
Yeah!
We got a double KO
That-
on Ringman.
I-
Actually, it's not the worst thing in the world, because now you get full health.
I meant to do that. That was a strategic double KO
Exactly.
on my part.
Yeah.
Just a little swag right there for you.
Exactly. It's a nice swag double KO there. Dustman in the refights is even more of a troll, in my opinion, than he likes to be in the first meeting. For some reason, when you're on a good pace, Dustman loves to just suck 3 times and ruin your run. So here we got Wily Machine, and we're going to use Ring in the first phase, and use 1 drill shot at the end to skip his health bar animation going into phase 2. 1 drill here will do it. That skips his health bar filling animation and drills his weakness into phase 2. That just tanking these beam shots because he's got enough health, and Wily Machine is down. We are on the last stage here, going into the last stage.
Yeah, sorry in advance. I'm gonna be overestimate by a little bit. My bad.
Just barely. The good news is Wily 4 is a very short stage. So like I said, the only weapons that can even hurt Wily are Pharaoh and Ring. We're going to use Pharaoh because Pharaoh is definitely the intended weapon. And you'll see why here. Best music in the game right here, by the way. Nice double there. Oh, nice catch there. Oh, just missed the double to end it. And that is time. GG, Vet.
Just overestimate. My bad. I apologize, but this game can go sideways in a hurry, as you can see. There is my perfect display of that.
Yeah, honestly, for taking a game over, I know it was a strategic game over, but for taking a strategic game over, 42-46 is a very good time still.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent run. Lot of good ups and downs, but I had a lot of fun overall, and that's the point, right? I love this game because it is so fun, and the music's banging, and Mega Man, the whole Mega Man Classic series is awesome. And if you guys ever want to learn a Mega Man speedrun, head on over to the Mega Man Leaderboards RTA website and get a hold of their Discord and find out all the resources you need to succeed at Mega Man games. So come join the community. It's awesome, and I appreciate Antlers for doing such great commentary for me.
Oh yeah, and then for sure, dude. I was happy to do it, and that double KO was worth it on its own. That was hype.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks Strizer and everybody at Game Over Cancer for putting this wonderful event together. Thanks for all those who donated, and shout outs to the Mega Man community. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, great job, man.
Thanks.
Awesome run, Vet.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for the commentary, Antlers.
Absolutely. Happy to do it.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and be back in a bit. But before we do, I want to give everyone an update. We are $170 away from unlocking KLM's cosplay incentive for The Little Mermaid later tonight.
Nice.
You do not want to miss that.
No.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Remember, if you do want to put your donation towards that incentive, just let someone in chat know, or put it in the donation message. There also is still a bid war going on for the upcoming Mega Man 7 run for the Shade Man original soundtrack between the original and the alternate soundtracks. Right now, original is winning, but it's very close. So if you are interested in having an impact on that, also just let a volunteer know in chat, or put it in your donation message that you'd like your donation to go towards either the original or the alternate Shade Man soundtrack. But we still have some more time between both Mega Man 7 and Little Mermaid, so we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be back with Kaiser Krister with Any% Mega Man 5. Don't go anywhere.